welcome to the 106th Annual Dinner for the Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis, Incorporated. My name is Rene, and for those of you who do not wake up before the crack of dawn, I am the co-anchor of Today in St. Louis, 5 on your side, KSDK. Since both of my bosses are here tonight, actually all three are here tonight, let's give it up one time for KSDK, please. It is an honor, it is a privilege, it is a blessing to be before you once again to serve as this evening's host for a very special night, to report on our community and the accomplishments that we are experiencing thanks to the Urban League. But to be honest with you, it truly is thanks to each and every one of you, because each and every one of you are a part of the Urban League. Each and every one of you is the Urban League. You may not be boots on the ground and hands-on, but being here tonight and your support makes a tremendous difference. It lets you know, it lets us know, it lets the world know that we are making a difference, that we are not going unnoticed. And as the night goes on and you hear the accomplishments that are being achieved, you're going to be astonished. I thought last year and the year before and the year before, the year before, great things were being done, and I went, there's no way that Michael P. McMillan can do any more than what he's done so far. And then by golly, he does it again and again and again. And as someone said to me, you know, Michael's such a nice guy. Well, yeah, Michael P., and I always say P. McMillan is a very nice guy. But he's also a stern leader and a true believer and someone who's committed to getting things done. And he has gotten it done, and he continues to get it done. A round of applause for Mr. McMillan. Earlier this evening, I had the opportunity to be a part of the VIP reception, which was beautiful. So many people came and enjoyed us. And it featured the magnificent, the Coleman, the Hughes Project, and our pre-event reception featuring Nikisha Joseph. Simply fantastic. A round of applause for those who took part. I have been a part of this Urban League dinner now for quite a few years, and it has been a very special night. And I love how Mr. Michael P. McMillan asked me to be a part of this. He sends me a text message. And all he says is, can I count on you? And I thought, like, I'm going to tell you no. But it's such an honor that he reaches out to me and wants me to be a part of this evening. It's also an honor that KSDK has long been a steadfast supporter of the Urban League movement. And tonight we celebrate the contributions of two individuals who have been dedicated advocates of the Urban League's mission. Among them is Keith H. Williamson, the Chief Charitable Giving Officer of the Centene Corporation and President of the Centene Foundation. Tonight, we also honor Warner Baxter, the former Executive Chairman of Ameren Corporation. We would like to take a moment right now to recognize the unwavering dedication of our esteemed Whitney M. Young Society members. These individuals have not only demonstrated their support through financial contributions, but have also given generously their time and talents to further the mission of the Urban League. Let us all give them a round of applause for their contributions and their commitment. By the way, following our prayer this evening, we kindly requested all the Whitney M. Young Society members to gather to my right for an official photo from tonight's event. Now, in just a few minutes from right now, Bishop Michael Jones will lead us in invocation, after which we will proceed with our dinner. As we all know, it is so important to give thanks. That without our Lord and Savior, we wouldn't be here this evening. There's no way we would have made it through that year known as 2020 and the pandemic. But we all came together, we made it happen, but it was because of a guiding light that got us through it. So we want to make sure that we give thanks to the things that we do have. But before we get to that point, I am honored. I have to straighten up now. To introduce the esteemed President and CEO of the Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis, Mr. Michael P. McMillan. Thank you. pleasure, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. Thank you very much. Thank you. It is truly my pleasure to welcome each and every one of you to our 106th annual dinner. Tonight is going to be a very historic and special night because we are honoring two iconic figures. We are announcing some significant things that have never been done at any urban league in the United States. And we are going to highlight the achievements that you in St. Louis have once again enabled the Urban League to do. Tonight is our most successful dinner in the history of the Urban League in St. Louis because of you. And because of the generosity, the support, the collaboration, and the cooperation of St. Louis, we are still the #1 urban league in America. And we work every single day to make sure that we keep that distinction. Tonight, I have a true historic privilege and honor to introduce Mr. Ken Fasola from Centene Corporation, who serves as its president, for a historic announcement of a partnership and a collaboration between our two organizations. Many of you know that Centene has been a supporter of the Urban League here in St. Louis. Keith Williamson served as our chair during our centennial and our national conference. Michael Knott, may he rest in peace. Mr. Knott served as our national chairman. He was the only St. Louisan to ever serve as the national chairman of the Board of Trustees of the National Urban League. We collaborate on so many different things in the community, from volunteerism, charitable and civic giving, board oversight and volunteerism, and so many things to deal with health disparities and making a difference for our neighbors in need. But tonight, you are getting ready to hear a historic announcement that has never, ever been done in the entire Urban League movement in America. So please give a thunderous round of applause to Ken Fasola.
Thank you, Michael, for the kind words and the warm introduction. And thank all of you for being here tonight. It's just really, truly a pleasure to be here to mark the 106th Urban League annual dinner. We're an incredible tradition to come together each year for more than a century in recognition and impact to your contribution to our great community. I'd like to thank tonight's dinner and honorary chairs and congratulate Keith Williamson and Warren Baxter, who will be recognized this evening for their lifetime achievements to the Urban League and to the community. This is particularly special for me, as Keith represents the very best of Centene. I'm thankful for the tremendous work he's done for the Urban League, this community, and in support of Centene's members nationwide. Following years of service as general counsel of Centene, Keith now serves as the head of the Centene Foundation. I can think of no better person for this role. His commitment to uplifting, improving, and empowering the St. Louis community knows no bounds, and he's matched only by the countless number of lives that he's contributed to around the United States and the 30 markets we serve, helping serve the underserved. 10 years ago, in August of 2014, St. Louis experienced a terrible tragedy in Ferguson. It was a summer that none of us will ever forget. In response to that time of extraordinary tension, suffering, and uncertainty, Michael Nydorf, then CEO and president of Centene, sent a message of unity and answered the bell that our community rang so loudly. Michael's commitment at the time would be to build a modern $25 million state-of-the-art campus within the city of Ferguson to demonstrate Centene's ongoing commitment to this region and to the people of St. Louis. Many of you, including Michael McMillan, were present at the building's dedication in April of 2016. Since that time, the pandemic and the transition towards remote work have changed Centene's real estate needs and those of the thousands of employees that we have here and nationwide who are celebrating the flexibility to be able to work from home. Recognizing our ongoing commitment to the city of St. Louis, on behalf of our CEO, Sarah London, and the men and women of Centene, and in recognition of the legacy and memory of Michael Nydorf, it's my great privilege to announce that tonight, in June of 2024, just a few months from now, the Centene Corporation will gift the Ferguson campus in its entirety to the Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. From that day forward, the Ferguson campus will be known as the Urban League Centene Connected Community Center. Under the stewardship of Michael McMillan and our nation's preeminent Urban League affiliate, the Connected Community Center will serve as a community hub for fellowship and vital services such as Head Start, the Urban League's National Training Institute, Workforce Development, Save Our Sons and Save Our Sisters, the Urban Youth Reentry Program, the American Building Apprenticeship Program, and many other services and programs that will benefit our region for decades to come. More details are going to follow, and we are truly excited about the future of this center, and we look forward to its grand reopening probably early summer in June. So on the 10th anniversary of that tragic summer, we recommit to the principles for which the Urban League stands: partnership, community, open dialogue, and a better understanding of one another. Many thanks to Michael McMillan and the leadership of the Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis for your partnership in making this vision a reality, and for your continued commitment to make St. Louis a region that works for everyone. Thank you very much, and enjoy your evening.
I would applaud some more. I want to personally commend Michael P. McMillan for his exceptional leadership of the St. Louis Urban League throughout 2023. Under your guidance, the Urban League has significantly broadened its impact across the St. Louis region, ensuring that all individuals have access to crucial programs, services, and resources that empower them to improve their lives. Truly, a job well done, sir. Well done. In 2023, Michael was rightfully honored as the Person of the Year by Heat Up, Cool Down St. Louis and received the SBA 2023 Champion Award. Applause, please. It's on my prompter here. His primary objective has been to collaborate with the board, staff, volunteers, and donors to establish our Urban League of St. Louis as the most influential, impactful, and empowering organization, meeting the diverse needs of all St. Louis residents and fostering unity among races, both now and in the future. I want to say this right now, and I said this downstairs, and I'm going to say it again. When you look around this room, that one sentence comes to life. Because when you look around this room, you realize that you see every race, you see every age, you see every religion, you see every political background. You do see a community that has indeed come together. And why has that community come together? For the Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis and that man right there and his leadership. That is called making a difference, folks. You already spoke, didn't you? Yeah, because it says now I'm going to bring you up here, but I think you did that already. So I'm going to skip that part and get right down to the part about, getting ready to eat. How exciting the positive impact that will have on this community is truly remarkable when it comes to the Whitney M. Young Society members. I want you all to gather to the left side of the stage here for your official picture right after our prayer. Your participation has been greatly appreciated. To all of our esteemed guests, before you enjoy your dinner, in just a moment and engaging conversations, we invite you to support the remarkable work of the Urban League by filling out those gift envelopes that are on your tables. Our dedicated Urban League team and volunteers will collect them before the evening concludes. I've already prepared my envelope and encourage you to join me in making a meaningful contribution. And I mean that wholeheartedly in the sense that without those dollars and cents, it's hard for us to progress and move forward. You see the contributions that are being made by our corporate sponsors and corporate partners, but we need each and every one of you to be a part of this. And I ask not that you just be a part of it financially, I want you to be a part of it wholeheartedly. I want you, when you leave here tonight, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. Because we need to build the bond and continue this on. We need more of the younger people to fill up this room as well. There's a lot of people my age, a lot of people around my age. I want to see the people that are like half my age filling up this room. I want to make sure that the next generation of the Urban League is well informed and ready to go and ready to put those boots on the ground to make a difference. Because without that next generation, our generation will come to an end. We need to make sure that our future is indeed ensured of success. So I want each and every one of you to make that contribution financially if you can. If you can't, I want you to at least make that contribution verbally and bring a friend and tell a friend and a family member. Can you do that? Oh man, we would not win a single game with that attitude. Can you do that? We're playing the game of life, folks. This isn't just going for a first down. This is going for winning everything, all right? The championship. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our prayer. It is now my pleasure to welcome for our invocation a man who may know a little something about our blessings. Please give a grand Urban League welcome to Bishop Michael Fulton Jones, Sr., Senior Pastor of Friendly Temple Missionary Baptist Church.
May we pray together. God our Father, we thank you for the privilege of meeting together in this space, in this room, to celebrate such a moment as this. The announcement that we just heard moves us and stirs us and encourages us with hope, and we thank you for it. As a 30-year member, a citizen of Ferguson, I praise your name because it gives light and hope to a community that is still wanting and needing this kind of light, a beacon light. Thank you for the partnership. And thank you, God, for the leadership that you have placed in the presence of Urban League leadership and the other partners. I have witnessed your hand and your work with them, serving, feeding, clothing, giving hope to so many who have been underserved. And we thank you for the leadership of this organization. It doesn't only touch us on the boundaries of St. Louis or Missouri, but it is regional and national, and we thank you for their influence. Now, God, we ask that you will continue to strengthen them and guide them, instruct them in your way. I'm reminded of a passage of scripture where you said, what we have done unto the least of these, we've done it unto you. And we have witnessed the work of this such organization, and we give you praise for them. Continue to strengthen them and bless them. And now, God, bless the food and the fellowship that we will share together. We ask it in your name, we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Bishop. Dinner will now be served. Our program will resume at the top of the hour. Thank you once again for being here. Thank you once again for supporting the Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis. I will begin again by saying good evening, everyone. Good evening. How was dinner tonight? Well, let's give a round of applause to the staff here at the hotel. They've done a great job with feeding people who are very hungry tonight and ready to go. But this is a Thursday night, and because it is a Thursday night, we want to get on with the show and not let the night linger. It is a school night, so I want to make sure everybody arrives when the first bell rings tomorrow morning. I really do hope that you all have enjoyed the delicious meals that we had this evening. And did you get an opportunity to check out the images of 2023? Everybody watch the screens throughout dinner? Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, sure. There are screens? Yeah, the screens. Because I want you to see the accomplishments that were made in 2023. I want you to know the differences that are being made every single day. The images, the faces, so you get to know the people and know the joy that is being extended to them, the hope for a better tomorrow. This is one of the best things about St. Louis, folks, is to be able to be a part of our community and to volunteer. You're able to count on people helping their neighbors when times are tough. We saw that so vividly during the pandemic. We saw the Urban League come together and distribute PPE, meals, whatever people needed, millions and millions of dollars. And so often we thought they can't keep doing this, there's no way. And time again, they were there for their neighbors. One of the things that I saw that really blew my mind during 2020 at one of the giveaways was that every walk of life came through to receive something. And I only know there were different walks of life because of the different cars that were being driven. But every car you could think of came through those lines. From the economy cars to the luxury cars. Everybody was on the same level and in need. And when it came to the Urban League, everybody was equal in their eyes. The Urban League was not saying, look, you've done well in life, you should be able to take care of yourself. It says, no, I got you. I got you. And that's what makes tonight so special, is that you have got us. You have got the Urban League. Your contributions, your support, your presence here tonight, you're saying, I got you. And together, we've got everybody else. That is how we got from 2020 to 2024. And trust me, without the Urban League, thousands of our neighbors would not have known where the next meal was coming, where to get a test, where to get clean clothes, where to get anything. But the Urban League was there. We got you. And it's great that you can hear from me and I can stand back and oversee the things that I've been able to cover on the air. But I want you to hear from the man himself, the guy whose boots are on the ground. A man who said, I've done great things, but I want to do greater things. I want to make sure my community is uplifted. No one is left behind. And we've come to that part of the program where our president and CEO of the Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis will come to the stage to give us 2023 in review. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've never put your right hand against your left hand, I want you to do it right now, and please welcome Mr. Michael P. McMillan.
Thank you. Well, good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. Please join me in a thunderous round of applause for Rene Knott, who is a true treasure in St. Louis that we are so incredibly grateful to have, and is a true friend of the Urban League. If we could raise the house lights a bit, I would like to acknowledge the group of people that work so hard every single day to implement the mission of the Urban League, the staff of this organization. Some of you thought it was 3 a.m. at the club. We didn't mean to scare you. But I want the staff of the Urban League to please stand and receive a thunderous round of applause for the hard work, the dedication, the commitment, and everything that they put into this organization. And some of our newest leaders. Many of you knew Dr. Mulugeta Teferi, our chief of staff, who retired, and now Dr. Michael Brown, who has taken his place. Lee Haynes, who has taken over our work in PR and communications, and Carol Daniel, the new head of Save Our Sisters. As you can imagine, in order to have a sold-out crowd of 1,000 people, there's a tremendous amount of time, effort, energy, and resources that go into something like this. And so I must thank Tom Bailey, Monica Patton, Richard Davis, and Marcus Allen from our development and PR departments who made tonight possible. Give them a big round of applause as well. And of course, our title sponsors and all of you who have made tonight the most successful Urban League dinner in our history. You have seen their logos and their ads and everything on the screens tonight, as you will continue to do so. And we thank them. We could not do this without you. And in terms of doing something, quite frankly, on a personal level, that is something that I cherish, is my family. And I would like my family at tables 44 and 45 to please stand so that you all can be acknowledged. I thank you for everything you do to support me and our mission and everything that we work on each and every day. Thank you. We have the best board of directors of any organization in St. Louis, in my opinion, and the biggest and best Urban League board in America, led by Michael Main. And so I would like for all of our board members to please stand and be acknowledged for the tremendous amount of input, work, resources, dedication, time, oversight, and everything that you do to make this the #1 Urban League in America. And in addition to that, we have some amazing volunteers and people that help us be who we are. So as I call your group, please stand and remain standing. Our Urban League Guild, please stand. Our Whitney Young Society members, please stand. Our young professionals, please stand. Our members of the Federation of Block Units, and our members in general, please stand and receive a thunderous round of applause. For those of you who have never been to an Urban League event and are wondering who and what we are, we were literally created 114 years ago in New York City and 106 years ago here in St. Louis, to be the bridge between blacks and whites and people of all races working together to make America better, to unite this country and to make St. Louis, in our case here locally, the best city that it can be. That was our mission then, and that is our mission tonight. And it will always be our mission. And so when you look at who we are as an organization, as the bridge between all races and all socioeconomic groups and the religious community, the governmental community, business, corporate, and philanthropic entities, we could not do what we do without the support of the elected officials of St. Louis. So I want all of the elected officials in the audience to please stand and be acknowledged to work each and every day for the greater good of this community. So as I talked about our board, I want to acknowledge one board member in particular who has recently resigned from our board after several decades of service. And she represents the very best of St. Louis in so many ways and has been a tremendous supporter, ally, partner, and friend, and that is Kathy Osborne. I would like for her to please stand and be acknowledged, to thank her for her service as she has announced her retirement as the head of the RBC. We have worked on Save Our Sons with Tydrell and Michael Holmes, and public safety with James Clark and his team, and infrastructure and programs in Ferguson, and any and everything that we could to bring together all of the elements of the business community into the African American community and any community in need. So thank you, Kathy, for your service. We appreciate you in so many ways. So now, I would like for you to join me in taking a look at everything that transpired in 2023.
Thanks to the Urban
Endless
League.
appreciation to the Urban
Thank
League.
you
To the Urban
Thank
League.
you to the Urban League. The Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis is a beacon of empowerment and opportunity, dedicated to securing economic self-reliance, advocating for social equality, and defending civil rights. In 2023, the Urban League of St. Louis significantly expanded its reach to more individuals who had previously encountered transportation or location barriers. Now, with 22 strategically placed locations, we extend comprehensive assistance to over 200,000 individuals, forging pathways to a more equitable society for all. Additionally, we have had remarkable growth, with our staff expanding to over 350 dedicated professionals. With our expanded and highly competent, qualified, and capable team, the Urban League was better equipped than ever to fulfill its mission of empowerment. Our community outreach efforts facilitated 14,055 client visits to the food pantries across our St. Louis City, St. Louis County, and St. Clair County outreach centers, distributing groceries worth over $1.6 million. Additionally, families from our outreach center received gifts and other items through the 100 Neediest program, totaling over $140,000 in support.
Meeting the basic needs, we have a community garden so that we can make fresh produce available to anybody in the community. We have a food pantry. We do a lot of business training center classes, entrepreneurship, because we want to develop those individuals who have the heart and mind to work for themselves.
Our dedicated family mentors effectively addressed 1,675 emergency and crisis situations, while our Career and Technology Center catered to 1,100 clients. Additionally, 54 individuals successfully completed the Career and Technology Training course. Also in 2023, AT&T inaugurated the Connected Learning Center at the Urban League Regional Headquarters, distributing 300 laptops to families in St. Louis, thus contributing significantly to bridging the digital divide. Through our workforce department expansion into East St. Louis and more services into St. Clair County, these locations have become a vital part of the Urban League's mission. The new Save Our Sons and Sisters location in East St. Louis has transformed into a thriving hub for men and women of all races, providing crucial opportunities for employment and fostering self-sufficiency.
I feel the organization is making positive impact in the community by making sure that we continue to partner with corporate partners that allow us to find out what they need from the employees that they're trying to bring on.
The SOS program has achieved remarkable success this year, hosting 78 hiring fairs, marking a 13% increase over last year. Through these efforts, 815 clients were successfully placed in jobs, contributing significantly to the community. This has resulted in an impressive $26.1 million in wages generated from clients' job placements, representing nearly $10 million more than the amount generated last year. Here's one of our clients who successfully secured a job and continues to be gainfully employed, providing for both himself and his family.
Before Save Our Sons, I was in a dark place, going through a tragedy in my family and just being down on myself and not able to have the confidence to establish myself in the workforce, thinking that the walls were against me. So it provided me the opportunity to reach out and put myself in a better light with my family and also myself, and know that growth was available for me with the resources that they provided.
With the generous support of Commerce Bank, our Women's Business Center, and the National Urban League Entrepreneurship Center are on the brink of a transformative change with a new home.
When you think about part of the Urban League's mission of economic self-reliance, then you understand how crucial entrepreneurship is to that mission. And that mission is embedded in the work that we do in the Women's Business Center every single day.
The Women's Business Center has provided personalized entrepreneurship and business counseling totaling 464 hours to over 1,100 clients. Additionally, it has hosted more than 50 workshops aimed at empowering, engaging, and advocating for small business owners. Thanks to our phenomenal development team, we have achieved a significant milestone that assists not only our day-to-day operations, but also fuels our various programs and services.
We make an impact in many, many different ways. Number one, we've been able to inspire confidence in our community. And it is that confidence that we've been able to inspire through 106 years. We just got through moving into a 205,000 square foot regional headquarters that is located on a major thoroughfare that anybody that needs help at any time would be able to get to.
Special events play a vital role in supporting crucial programs and services provided to over 200,000 direct and indirect clients in the St. Louis region. Our special events portfolio featured the 105th Annual Dinner Meeting, the Salute to Women in Leadership Gala, and the Whitney M. Young Society Annual Reception. Also, our Urban Expo Back to School Community Empowerment Festival with the St. Louis Public School District attracted more than 35,000 attendees. Families benefited from complimentary household essentials, haircuts, health checkups, vaccinations, and other resources. We also distributed over 10,000 free backpacks stocked with school supplies and 9,000 free bags of groceries to further support our community. Through the efforts of our economic development team, the Urban League has expanded its support for our senior population. Our Urban League Senior Living Center in Dellwood, a modern 3-story, 44-unit facility, is designed to offer a warm and supportive environment, rich in resources for seniors in need. We're also excited about the George Washington Carver Urban Farming Project, in partnership with Vested Urban Farm and Fresh Harvest 365. We're addressing food deserts for individuals in the St. Louis metro area. This initiative, with 348 tower gardens over 10,000 square feet, offers employment, education in sustainable farming, and promotes economic resilience, reflecting our commitment to a more equitable and sustainable future. Simmons Bank unveiled a new full-service branch located within the Urban League's regional headquarters. This collaboration aims to empower the community by providing convenient access to essential banking services, while also helping to prevent individuals from falling prey to predatory lending practices. The branch, spanning 2,600 square feet, features several amenities, such as a drive-through banking lane and an ATM with deposit capabilities. This initiative represents a significant stride in supporting the community's financial well-being and fostering economic empowerment. We prioritize housing and financial literacy as key cornerstones of empowerment, providing essential tools and knowledge for building generational wealth.
The program and services that I offer with the Urban League is our Financial Empowerment Center. We offer financial literacy workshops on a monthly basis, building generational wealth through cash value life insurance, building generational wealth through real estate. What motivated me to join the Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis is wanting to be in a space, an organization where I felt passionate, where I genuinely believed the mission and the services that were offered, into an environment where there is truly Black excellence and empowerment.
Through targeted programs, we offer comprehensive financial education, empowering individuals and families to make informed decisions for lasting prosperity, stronger communities, and generational wealth. Our impact is significant. We've helped hundreds of families avoid eviction, totaling $270,000. Prevented home foreclosures with a commitment of $211,573.11, invested $172,000 to assist with the transition of unhoused families into stable housing, and supported 70 first-time home buyers totaling $217,784. In total, we provided over $871,000 in housing assistance across the St. Louis metro area, making a crucial difference in our community's well-being. Our Head Start and Early Head Start program has always stood at the forefront. Every child deserves a fair chance at success. Through Head Start, we offer a range of early childhood education services designed to foster academic readiness, particularly in literacy and math skills. Through Head Start's efforts, we have ensured that 895 children have access to quality education, also providing access to dental care for 408 children. Head Start's commitment extends beyond the classroom. We actively support 342 families by providing them with at least one additional service offered by the Urban League, solidifying our role as a comprehensive wraparound agency. In 2023, the Division of Public Safety and Community Response embarked on a crucial mission to reduce crime and violence within our neighborhoods. With grassroots campaigns and block-level endeavors, we are helping revive the social cohesion of our designated high-risk neighborhoods. Our team conducted over 4,500 face-to-face engagements, canvassing neighborhoods across St. Louis City, fostering unity, and empowering residents to shape their communities. Our urban opioid triage served 2,059 clients, providing crucial services like rehabilitation, food, clothing, health screenings, and transportation. The Gun Violence De-Escalation Network successfully de-escalated 77 incidents involving 135 individuals, contributing to reducing gun violence. Additionally, we assisted over 150 clients with mental health therapy, providing individual case management to over 800 clients, and made over 1,000 referrals to community resources. During our Clean Sweep project with the Regional Business Council, we cleared over 7 miles of streets and alleyways, 54 vacant lots, and engaged over 500 volunteers in beautifying St. Louis City neighborhoods. These collective efforts highlight our commitment to building safer, healthier, and more vibrant communities for all residents. We invite you to join us as a partner, volunteer, or supporter, and to explore our website. Be the change you want to see in your community. Join the movement to help St. Louis families to secure economic self-sufficiency.
To someone who is considering using the services of the Urban League, I would tell them that you cannot make a better choice.
The Urban League is dedicated to supporting every corner of St. Louis. We are here to embody the heart of St. Louis City, the backbone of St. Louis County, the hope of East St. Louis, the strength of North St. Louis, the resilience of South St. Louis, the innovation of West St. Louis, the vibrancy of Midtown, and the pulsating energy of downtown. We stand together to uplift, empower, and enrich St. Louis. We are St. Louis, and St. Louis is us. We are the movement. We are the Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis.
Thank you, Urban League.
Thanks to the Urban League.
Thank you to the
Thank you,
Urban League.
to the Urban League.
Thank you. Would you join me in one more round of applause for our staff that made all of those things possible for the entire St. Louis region? We mentioned it earlier. We had a press conference earlier in the day, and I told you the significance of it. But I want to acknowledge and thank everyone from Centene Corporation again and ask them all to please stand so that we can acknowledge everyone from Centene and thank them for this enormous contribution that they have made to the Urban League and to the betterment of the people of Ferguson and North County. with a 60,000 square foot building on over 8 acres at over $25 million at an interstate highway that is the best Urban League building in America until our national headquarters is done in Harlem and until we finish the campus, and is the headquarters of everything we're doing in North County. Thank you. So as you could see from the video, and as some of you know in terms of what is on the agenda over the next several months, 2023 was our most amazing year ever. We crossed the $50 million threshold for the first time in our history to put all of those resources into the community. We have just had, as you saw, the Simmons Bank branch open, the Commerce Bank being transformed into the Women's Business Center and National Urban League Entrepreneurship Center. Next week, the governor is coming with Senator Carla May to open our greenhouse and hydroponic farming units as the only urban league in America that has its own greenhouse and hydroponic farming units to grow food for the community right there in the heart of North St. Louis at Martin Luther King and Kings Highway. We just had the ribbon cutting for the Believe Library at our Peter Bunce Water Tower campus, and we're about to install a new playground at the headquarters. And InPower just announced its new help desk at the headquarters where we had a ribbon cutting as well. We also are beginning to do work on the Urban League Plaza right behind the headquarters where we will improve that. And as I mentioned earlier, we are hopeful to get an appropriation from the state to help us to finish off the Urban League Plaza in Dellwood across from our senior center. And then, of course, you saw that we opened the Save Our Sons office in East St. Louis and this historic building from Centene. So what it shows you is that we have 10 major projects that are opening or have opened in 18 months because of the generosity and support of the people of St. Louis. We have been empowering and building communities for 106 years. But as always, we need your help to keep doing that. So Bishop Michael Jones has all of the doors locked in the back. And we're gonna do this like the pastor's anniversary dinner. You cannot leave without leaving an envelope, whether it's $1 or $1 million. We need you to join in with us, and we need you to be a part of the mission. We have partnerships with everyone that's in this room tonight and every corporation that is represented, but we always need to deepen our partnership, and it's not always financial. There are many people who provide us with tremendous volunteer opportunities that give us the ability to be and do and serve in the ways that we do. So join us in making sure that St. Louis is the best that it can be. Make sure that you turn in these envelopes, that you join us as a volunteer, a donor, or a supporter in so many different ways, because we need your help in order to make St. Louis the best that it can be. We know that recently we've had some bad national press for our great and beloved city, but we are better than what you see in the national press. This is an amazing community. This is a great city that will be even greater with all of us coming together to make sure that we are giving our time, our talent, and our treasure to the betterment of St. Louis. So I say to each and every one of you, thank you. The Urban League appreciates you, and all of us have the capacity to give back, to make a difference, and to do something meaningful through this organization. Many of you have heard me say that I was truly blessed to be educated by the Jesuits. And there was a Jesuit that used to say every single day in our homeroom that we could not choose when we were born and we couldn't choose when we died. And the only thing that represented our life on our tombstone was a dash. And he used to say to us all the time, what do you want that dash to mean? Do you want it to mean that you just did things for yourself and that was it? Or do you want to give back, help humanity, and make a difference? And that is what we want our dash at the Urban League to mean, and that is what we join with you all in this community to say, let us all do this personally and professionally to make St. Louis the best that it can be. Thank you, and God bless you.
Michael P. McMillan, everybody. If you are not fired up right now, please have someone check your pulse. I mean, the man can speak, but he speaks from the heart. And that is why his speech is so passionate. That is why his speech is so deep and so reaching to each and every one of us. The Urban League activities in 2023 have been exceptional, dedicated to enhancing our communities. So once again, let's give Michael, let's give the entire Urban League team a round of applause for their tremendous work. Urban League employees, please stand to be recognized for your tremendous work as well. Now it is time to honor our esteemed guest. It has been said that it takes a village. That is true. But in each village, there's a chief, and that chief is the leader. That leader is the one that gets everybody in that village to listen and to move and to make a difference. And tonight we're going to honor the chiefs in our village who have stood not just now, but have stood through their entire lives to make a difference. Captains of industry who decided that, you know what, I got mine, let me help others get theirs. People who did not give up on their communities and say, hey, I made it out, good luck. They reached back and helped bring others along with them, and they continue to do that to this day. Please welcome our dinner co-chairs, Kathy Osborne, President and CEO of the Regional Business Council of St. Louis, and Akbarat Boykin Farr from the Emerson Foundation. Let's give a round of applause as they come to the stage to assist with tonight's presentations.
Keith Williamson, can you join us on stage, please? Keith Williamson is deeply rooted in St. Louis, having been born into a family passionate about local civics. His father, the editor of the Sentinel, a prominent African-American newspaper in St. Louis, and his mother, the dean of admissions at Washington University School of Social Work, instilled a strong sense of community engagement in him at an early age. Keith's exposure to civic engagement shaped his career. He pursued degrees in economics and sociology at Brown University and attended Harvard Law School and also NYU, where he received his LLM. Keith, now Chief Charitable Giving Officer at Centene and President of the Centene Foundation, brings extensive experience to his role. Previously, Centene's General Counsel for 13 years, he guided the company through legal challenges and strategic initiatives. At Centene, Keith oversees charitable giving initiatives by strengthening the commitment to social responsibility. Outside of work, he remains dedicated to civic organizations, advocating for social justice, education, and health care initiatives. Please join me in honoring Keith Williamson and thanking him for all that he has done for the Urban League and for our region. Congratulations, Keith.
Well, I've got to stand tall. What a remarkable person Keith H. Williamson is. Brilliant, as we just heard, well-educated, and so skillful professionally. And yet, he is kind, he is caring, he is thoughtful, and he's willing to help as needed. He loves this community, and in so many ways, he serves on numerous boards, ready to serve as needed. You can count on Keith. I've seen him in action over a number of years. I have served with him on many of those community boards, and it's no surprise that he typically always ends up being the chair or the president. And those are challenging positions, but he does it in a seamless and kind but determined way. You know, there are many books on leadership, and you know, we've all read a lot of them, and we think there's some secret sauce. But Keith embodies what a leader looks like. So if you're looking, young professionals, for a role model, Keith is at top of the list. Keith, I am so honored to have known you and worked with you over the years in the St. Louis community, supporting public safety, skilled workforce, development, education, professional mentorship, and so much more. So, congratulations, Keith, but it says Lifetime Achievement Award. We're expecting many, many more things from Keith H. Williamson. Congratulations.
Wow, that's all I can say. Kathy, Akbaret, Michael, this is, well, I guess the word would be overwhelming. Being recognized with the likes of Warner Baxter is special in itself. But to be here in front of so many friends makes it doubly special. All of that said, though, I'm not sure that I can afford to accept this award. My better half and I will have to move to a much bigger apartment just to have the space for all of these proclamations and this incredible but humongous plaque here behind me. I'll need to get a discount on my Ameren bill in order to be able to afford all of this. If I may, though, thank you to my family. Oh, thank you, Meade, for, yeah, people can see that. Pretty impressive, don't you think? You know, I do want to say thank you to my family and friends. This is a picture here of my daughter, Nicole, hardworking DC lawyer who couldn't be here, but she conspired behind the scenes to provide a number of these pictures, particularly the ones including herself, I must say. But having family and friends here, and I've got friends here who have come from Florida and other places around the country, that is very special. And then I certainly need to thank my colleagues at Centene. Ken, you did an excellent job making that presentation. I know that this evening is actually the night before the Centene earnings call, which I'm looking at Chris Koster, starts at 7:30 in the morning. For 13 years on a quarterly basis, I did that, and I am thankful that Chris is doing it now and that I am not. And then finally, thank you to Michael McMillan and the Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis, both for the amazing work that you do, which we just saw in that video, but also for letting me be a part of this country's #1 Urban League affiliate. Thank you.
Congratulations, and you know, a lot was said about you before you received your award. The one thing they forgot to say was dapper. Very well dressed, very well dressed. You gotta let me know where you got those glasses too. I needed improvement with my frames. I love those. Now for our second honoree, we have Warner Baxter. Please welcome our other dinner chair, Martin Lyons, President and CEO of Ameren Corp., and our Urban League Board Chairman, Michael Moen, Senior Executive VP and CFO, Ameren Corp. A round of applause as they come to a stage to assist with tonight's presentation.
Good evening, everyone. It's great to be with you for this historic event, this celebration. You know, as I just reflect on it, it's just another significant milestone, though, in Urban League's history. And, you know, it really is because of Michael McMillan and his leadership and the dedication of this team. So just one more round of applause for that team. You know, I'm here to talk about Warner, but I absolutely would be remiss, Keith, if I didn't say a couple of words about you as well. You know, I've gotten to know Keith very well over the last several years. We've served on a number of boards together. We've switched board chair roles a couple of times, and so it's been very enjoyable to get to know Keith. And as I just think about his impact, Keith, you embody, you know, the servant leader. You are constantly putting this community before yourself, and we are very grateful for your leadership. So thank you as well. You know, Marty and I have worked with Warner for 30 plus years, so it's safe to say that we know Warner pretty well. Just to put that in context, my wife and I will be celebrating our 30th anniversary next month, so Warner, you are in good company. And when I think about the impact that Warner's had in our community and our country, it all comes down to the fact that Warner cares about people. No matter what he's doing, he really is trying to make everyone around him better. It's just a really special quality. I once joked that his contributions are so significant they had to be broken down into categories, and it's true. Warner has been in the forefront of this clean energy transformation in this country, leading the way to a sustainable and equitable energy future for 28 years at Ameren, as chairman of the board of the Electric Institute, and also as a leader of the Electric Power Research Institute, an organization doing cutting-edge research on ways to make this transition faster and more affordable for this country. Warner's fostered a partnership with Ameren and Urban League that goes back decades. It's never been stronger, and it really is because of your leadership, Warner. He understands the role that energy plays in empowering residents on securing economic self-reliance. He's also had an impact on this region in his relentless commitment to giving back through volunteerism and leading a number of key organizations: Civic Progress St. Louis, United Way of Great St. Louis, Greater St. Louis, Inc., the American Cancer Society. I could go on and on. He's made meaningful contributions to higher education as a member of the University of Missouri St. Louis Chancellor's Council and the Missouri 100 Advisory Board. Warner embodies the Bible verse, "To whom much is given, much is required." He absolutely understands the fortune that he's been given, and he's constantly looking for ways to pay that back. You know, I shared a story with Warner, and I'll share it with you, and I think it really does embody Warner. An Ameren coworker once told me she got a voicemail from Warner. This is back in the days when we had desk phones. And she was a bit nervous. She was new to the company, and the CEO left her a voicemail, so that's a little concerning. And she calls him back, and Warner says, "I just called to check on you. I heard your mother passed away." That coworker will never forget that. Warner cares about people. He cares about our community. There's just no doubt about it. It doesn't matter who he's interacting with, other executives, field crews, customers, strangers. In every situation, he gives you his utmost attention. He makes you feel special. He has this unique characteristic that make you feel like you're the only person in the room. So the world is in need of role models today. There's no doubt about it. Warner is certainly a role model we should all look up to. So Warner, congratulations. I can't think of anybody more deserving of this award. Marty.
Yeah, thanks, Michael, and good evening, everybody. It's really my pleasure to be here to celebrate both of these tremendous leaders. Keith, congratulations, and thank you for everything you do for our community. Just fantastic. Really appreciate it. You know, for all the reasons Michael just talked about, when I think about Warner, when you think about Warner, think about tough act to follow, which is, you know, where I find myself these days, trying to follow in his footsteps. And, you know, certainly hard-pressed to do so. Like Michael said, I've worked with Warner for over 30 years. It's been a great pleasure every one of those years to work closely with him, and it's even a greater honor today to say that he's a close friend. You know, one of the reasons he's a tough act to follow is that Warner created a culture at Ameren, one that he described himself as all in. And I can tell you that there's actually no better way to describe Warner himself than all in. Ever since I've known him, Warner's been all in on every part of his life, whether it's his family, his wife Cindy's here with us tonight, whether it was our company, whether it was our community, our customers, or all of his Ameren coworkers. It may seem impossible until you actually get to know Warner and you spend time with Warner, because if you know Warner, if you talk to Warner, you experience it firsthand. He has boundless energy, for the first thing, but he's all in on every conversation. As Michael talked about, he makes every conversation, every interaction with every person a priority, makes every person a priority. It's really a special quality. As Michael talked about servant leadership, that applies to Warner. Warner is clearly a servant leader who brings a focus and a passion to absolutely everything that he does. For Ameren, he was certainly an incredible leader. He always said that we were in the customer business versus being in the energy business. It was really his way of stressing to all of us that we needed to put customers and communities at the forefront, at the center of everything that we did. During his tenure at Ameren, Warner led our whole team to a deeper understanding of the role our company can serve in making our entire community more vibrant, to create an environment where every member of our community benefits. Warner often also talked about leadership, the Warnerism here. It's a contact sport, he would say. And really what he meant by that is that he valued community relationships. He appreciated that we need strong partners like the Urban League in order to empower everyone in our region and realize our shared vision of inclusive regional growth and prosperity. Warner's been a role model as a company, community, and industry leader. He shows up in good times and in times of crisis. And he constantly raised the bar for all of us, starting with himself, raising the expectations on himself, then our team, then our company. For St. Louis and our region, I can tell you we're very fortunate to have Warner and his continued leadership in our community. Every day and everything he does, I can tell you that Warner is all in. Warner, thank you for the example that you have set for all of us. While Warner may be an impossible act to follow, Warner, you've inspired me and so many others to try. With that, I just want to tell you all I'm just really proud to be able to lead Ameren today and to carry on Warner's legacy of leadership. And Warner, I just want to congratulate you on this honor this evening.
I do this. Whoa. Wow. You said, Keith, there you are. You said it, wow, and overwhelmed. That's what I am, honestly. Marty and Michael, 30 years. We've worked side by side. Your words are just so special. And we started as colleagues, but now we've become good friends, and we've done more than that. Not as business friends, but as community friends. And I couldn't be more proud of those two folks up here because, you talk about leadership in this community, and those are going to make a difference. There's no doubt that they stand side by side together and represent not just Ameren, but the community. And so, Michael, too. I just want to thank you and the Urban League. I'm so humbled and so honored, but the greatest honor is to work with leaders that are so special, that make a difference each and every day, and there's no doubt, please. And this is an historic night, but I'm so honored, Keith, to be joining you up here because you are just an incredible leader. I've followed you, I've watched you, you've mentored me. And so thank you. Please give that man one more round of applause because he is special. There's no doubt that I'm extremely humbled. I'm extremely honored. But what I must say is, tonight really is a shared honor. It isn't all about me, I must say. It's a shared honor. First, I have to have a shared honor with my wonderful wife, Cindy. Who stood, absolutely, thank you. She and the family stood side by side. For those that commit to community, commit to companies, it is not an I thing, it's a we thing. And so thank you, dear. But also, it's a shared honor with my Ameren colleagues, who many of them are sitting here. For decades, we've had Ameren, and you heard Marty and Michael say, for decades we've been engaged with the Urban League. But I stand here representing Ameren tonight, not representing just Warner, because we know and we're blessed to be an anchor institution here in this community. And we're blessed even more so that we've had the opportunity to work with special organizations like the Urban League. We have been through some tough times together. Over the years, and you heard Michael say it, and you saw the pictures. But we were honored to stand shoulder to shoulder with Michael and his team just a few years ago when we were dealing with the COVID crisis, which none of us could have ever possibly imagined. A decade ago, you heard Rene talk about that as well, and Michael as well, when we had the crisis in Ferguson. But out of that came things that we just heard about tonight. Just an incredible contribution from Centene. Thank you. Thank you. But beyond that, we had Save Our Sons, Save Our Sisters, and we were there to stand side by side with Michael and his team to do that. And we're pleased to be able to do what we could do to help those in the community during very difficult economic times, even today, in terms of energy assistance and many other things. And I am so honored to be a co-chair for the Restore Hope campaign that the Urban League is doing. Restore Hope, isn't that perfect, right? For a campaign and an initiative. That's exactly what the Urban League has done for years and years. So it's a shared honor with my Ameren colleagues, but I tell you what, tonight isn't about Ameren. Tonight is not about me, I guarantee you. Tonight we celebrate what the Urban League has done. Do we not? Do we not? We as corporations, we come together. You look at out here, but I tell you what, it is the Urban League and Michael who are leading the way in these programs to execute those on behalf of the community. It is the Urban League who has this mission of empowerment for this community that isn't a cool poster. They mean it. It is the Urban League, ultimately, who is leading the way and providing hope to so many who think it is hopeless. It's the Urban League, right, who I have a shared honor with tonight because they truly are making a difference in this community. Now, I'm born and raised in St. Louis. I've been here all my life. I will tell you, when I was a little boy, I didn't know what the Urban League did. But as I grew up and I was part of this community, going to University of Missouri, St. Louis, and many others, I started recognizing what the Urban League did. And I will tell you, over the last 10 or 15 years, I have had a seat behind home plate, right, watching the Urban League in action. And I've been blessed to be on the field with that man and his team on so many things, to see what they have done, to see what they're doing. And while that's exciting in and of itself, I will tell you what I'm most excited about is the future. It's the future, right? It's the vision that they have for this community. It's the commitment. It's the perseverance. And what I'm even more excited about is what Michael said before. This is a historic night in so many cases. I look out here and I see the community. I see this community. This is a special community. I've been here all my life. I know what this community can do, will do. And it's only when we have this partnership like we have in here tonight and we expand it that we're truly going to make a difference. And so thank you for being part of that team, for being part of our collective team. And so I'll finish the way I started, with just appreciation. I'm so humbled, so honored to get this tonight, but I'm even more honored to be working with all of you for the betterment of this community with Michael McMillan and the Urban League. Thank you very much.
Warner and Keith, but wait, there's more. There's more. So I want to acknowledge and thank Dr. Sam Page, Mayor Tashara Jones, State Senator Carla May, State Representative Lakeisha Bosley, and also the County Council Chairwoman, Shalonda Webb, who have contributed to tonight, along with Alderwoman Shamim Clark-Hubbard, because they have all come together and decreed that today is Keith H. Williamson Day in the city and the county, and also Warner Baxter Day in the city and the county as well, and recognized by the state on every level. And there's more. So in addition to this, the celebrations will continue because Warner is receiving an honorary doctorate from the University of Missouri St. Louis under the leadership of Dr. Tristan Sobolik, and Keith is receiving an honorary doctorate from Harris Stowe State University, which we are very, very honored to bestow upon you, and you all are more than deserving. Thank you.
It has been a tremendous evening, yeah? It has been a tremendous evening, yeah? I mean, you think about something, I'll let you in on a secret. I wake up at midnight. I have not been asleep since. What is it, 9 o'clock? You know why I'm here? I am here because it is important to be a part of our community. I am here because I understand that it's not about me, it's not about you, it's not about them, it's about all of us together. And I know one thing about this organization that we have seen in this room, we have seen on videos, we've seen from the speakers that have come here, that each and every one of the people in our community is represented and helped by the Urban League in one way or another. Maybe not directly, but because they helped someone, that person has a smile on their face and has a hope for a better tomorrow. That makes our entire community a better place. So what I ask of you tonight is that I want you to take those envelopes and I want you to do what you can with them as far as make a contribution. I want you to take those annual reports and I want you to take them home and I want you to read them and understand that this isn't just speech, this isn't just talk. These are true words of action, numbers of action, people of action, and understand just how impactful tonight is and how impactful the Urban League is. We need your help. We need your help. I want you to visit the Urban League website, www.ulstl.com, to learn more about how you can help and encourage your friends and family to do the same. And don't forget to fill out that gift, that envelope, and leave it for one of our staff members before you go. We want to thank you in advance for doing that. And just remember, whatever you put in an envelope is that much more than what we had when this evening started. So you may not think that this little bit matters. That little bit matters a lot. It's kind of like voting. You may not think your vote counts, but when they all add up, it really does. It has been my pleasure, no, it's been my blessing to be with you this evening, to serve as your host. Congratulations to our honorees, two very fine men that I know personally. I didn't realize you were as tall as you were, by the way, until I met you with the Ameren event, and I was like, oh my goodness, we got our point guard. I want you all to be safe, enjoy, remember the conversations you had, the people you met, and don't forget them. Bond with them, and let's build an even better Urban League for tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your evening. Thank you once again for allowing me to be with you.